10,000 man-hours work went into preparing that.
I'm afraid the Attorney General himself concurs. In the current political climate, the Crown would prefer something more than a 60-40 chance of conviction before proceeding. I'm sorry, Superintendent.
Spikings. No joy from C Division. They haven't any chaps to spare. Not of the quality you'd insist on.
If less money were being poured away on fancy sirens and plastic riot shields, we could afford
However, I do actually have someone for you whom I hear is rather good.
Oh, from what branch?
He's not in fact one of us. He's part of an exchange experiment we're trying with New York police.
Are you offering me a bloody yank?
Just one more, Gov. Tourist bloke, Sam Johnson.
Ah. Well, what's this information you have for us, Mr.
Dempsey, Lieutenant NYPD. Reporting for duty.
Where did you get that fancy car you arrived in?
I rented it at the airport.
How long do you intend to keep it?
Until O'Grady stops paying for it.
When will that be, do you think?
Depends on how guilty he feels about me.
I will never feel that guilty, Lieutenant.
I hope not.
And I don't accept threats from anyone.
Neither do I.
Least of all, Yanks. Honeymoon ends in hail of bullets. All right? Unidentified killer gunned down by off-duty police officers. Well, I might be able to scrape through that one. But I don't want the pair of you to trouble your heads about what is going to happen when the hotel group discover the hoax and trace the leak back to us. That's something I'll have to deal with. But would you please just explain to me the Johnsons, the tragic and ill-starred lovers? What the bloody hell were they meant to be?
They were lures.
Lures?
Yeah, lures. The guy that ordered the guy to finito the Johnsons thought that the Johnsons knew something that the guys that ordered the guy to finito the Johnsons didn't think they ought to know.
But the Johnsons didn't know anything.
Of course they didn't. We were the Johnsons.
I know you were the Johnsons! My God, I bloody know it!
So, what's the problem?
Let me just ask you one question. As you were the Johnsons, you must surely be the best informed on the subject. What was it
that the guys thought
the
that
Johnsons knew? Exactly.
Tell him, Sergeant.
The Johnsons were pretending that they knew something about the caviar.
Knew what?
Just something.
Nobody knows. They got shot. Without even waiting to find out what it was that the Johnsons knew.
Just hinting about it was enough.
Same as probably happened to Wilson.
Willis. Except he may have found the caviar
But the
first,
Johnsons
none of it.
never knew anything in fact.
They may have, but
You never knew.
me?
Yes, you, the pair of you.
We don't know nothing, do we, Sergeant?
Then may I please just make one tiny suggestion? Without wishing to interfere in any way with how you go about things.
Sure, go ahead.
Instead of pretending to know where it is, why don't you just maybe go out and start looking for the caviar instead?
You know something? That's a good idea. Is that what you've been getting at?
Trying to, Lieutenant.
Okay. Sergeant, let's go.
The missile warhead shipment was legitimate. It had full Foreign Office approval, and a Home Office license. The arms were arranged through a well-known arms dealer who had full clearance. His end-user certificates were totally in order and have been double-checked by the receiving military attaché at the other end. Trag International are a 100% old, established haulier company with long-standing relationships with Royal Ordnance factories and other weapons manufacturers. Moser is a highly respected middleman for arms shipments which need cover during politically uncertain periods with secret allied governments or approved resistance movements. The 5 men you killed, Lieutenant, were special branch officers called out by the MI5 department which watches over sensitive military shipments in and out of the country.
If the shipment was kosher, how come it was hidden in beef?
For protection against subversives, which you were considered to be. Damn me, Dempsey, did you have to kill 5 men? Couldn't you have killed one and wounded the others?
Are we suspended now, sir, or what?
Of course you're bloody suspended. The whole damn department is probably suspended. Special branch are going to scream for blood. MI5 will want a scapegoat. But where do you think the bloody axe will fall?
I got a familiar feeling coming over me.
Well, I'm afraid it's a little worse for you, Lieutenant. Given your problematical situation in New York, the Foreign Office will strongly recommend your deportation back to the USA.